Hey, what's going on, Jam fam? So the kit sneak peeks just dropped today, and as usual, we're going to be doing a little bit of react content to the sneak peeks of kit. And just like with Larry and Lori, we're going to be doing that over on Kairos Time's channel. Like I said many times, I think Kairos does the best breakdown of the new brawlers, so I like to react to his videos about it because he shows the kit, what they're good at, the brawlers, star powers, gadgets, all that type of stuff. So as usual, if you haven't checked it out over on his channel, make sure you go watch it over there. And like I said last time, you're probably already subbed to him, but if you're not, I don't know what you're doing. Make sure you go sub to Kairos as well. But with all that out of the way, let's get started on Kit's sneak peeks.
Kit's main attack is...
All right, so here's his main attack. I know he does like a swipe in front of him, almost like a Rosa punch type. Let's see how much damage he does. Let's see how the attack looks, if there's any like hidden functionality in it.
Laws. This is a pretty basic attack where Kit swipes his claw.
It's literally just one swipe, 1600 damage. That is horrible. That's really bad. I know he's a support brawler, so you don't want him doing like a crazy amount of damage because he does have healing built in his kit, but it's one swipe, 1600 damage. It's nothing. He's definitely not going to be living and dying by his main attack.
Claws in a short range fan shape, damaging everything that
it does look like it has a decent unload speed, just from what he showed there. It does look like it's a decent unload speed, but I mean, if it has a decent unload speed, that could save it a little bit, but it being just 1600 damage is not good right from the start.
Kit's super is...
All right, so here's his super. Now, we know that he can jump on people's backs, he can jump on enemies and just do damage over time to them, or he can jump on his teammates and heal them and then become a thrower himself, which I think is where his real value truly lies.
Carry me. Kit's super can be used on an enemy
and it's called carry me, so that's like perfect for me.
Or a teammate. If he jumps onto an enemy, he instantly deals 1,600 damage to them and stays latched on for another 2 seconds.
Yo, he just did 4,000 damage to that Doug over there. What?
So stunned the entire time. Now, if he latches onto one of...
This is crazy. He's healing 600 per second, and he's dealing 4K damage with his shots while he's on somebody's back. So here he's healing 600, and then watch him hit this gene.
The entire time.
He hits that gene for 4,000 damage, because it doesn't show the damage of your teammates. If you don't know, if you don't realize this, it doesn't show the damage that your teammates deal. It only shows the amount of damage you deal. And it dealing 4,000 damage is crazy.
One of his teammates, he'll heal them for 600 HP every second that he's on them. He also stays attached to teammates for 10 seconds, and the only way to get him off sooner is to kill the brawler he's attached to.
Oh, so you can't even disengage sooner. So that is one downside to his super, is if you're latched onto somebody's back at the wrong time, it can leave your team in a bad spot. Say you jump on somebody's back, like as you're getting pinched in Brawl Ball, you might be healing your teammate, but also that's one less body to defend the goal. So it's stuff like that you got to remember.
Interesting thing is that when Kit latches onto a teammate, his super instantly recharges and he can use it again to dismount early if he wants.
Okay, so you can dismount when you're on your own teammate. That's good. Okay, that's good to know. Obviously, I just said that bit about not being able to get off and leaving your team in a bad spot. Interesting that you can disengage whenever you want when you're on your teammates.
Kit's first gadget is Cardboard Box. He covers himself in a cardboard box and becomes invisible to enemies for a few seconds.
What kind of Metal Gear Solid stuff is this? So he puts himself in a box. I understand he's a cat and it makes sense. What did he say that the gadget does? I was more concerned about him being in a box.
Air damage. Kit's first gadget is Cardboard Box. He covers himself in a cardboard box and becomes invisible to enemies for a few seconds.
Wait, they can't see him? He can just hide? They can't see him. What? There's no way. That makes no sense. It's so dumb.
Just like Leon's super, if you attack while activating this gadget, you'll instantly lose the cardboard box and become visible again. And not only does this make Kit invisible, but it also...
Wow, okay, so I guess they can't see you when you're in a box because that makes sense. I don't know how great this is going to be. It could help you... you know, sneak attack somebody who's low HP or something like that. It's not the worst gadget in the world. Let's see what his other gadget does. This one's okay. Hopefully his other gadget's like way better.
Also speeds up his auto charging super by 100%. So it will now charge twice as fast.
Okay, with the auto charging super buff, that is pretty useful. Even though it seems like he charges his super pretty quickly to begin with, him being able to charge his super with his gadget is also helpful. I mean, we all know how good Edgar is with that gadget. So next gadget, Cheeseburger. Let's see what this one does.
Kit's second gadget is Cheeseburger. This gadget can only be activated if Kit is attached to a teammate. It instantly heals both himself and his teammate for 40% of their total health, so it's going to be very effective on tanky brawlers. Kit's first star.
That one's pretty solid. It's definitely way more of a support gadget. You jump on somebody's back, you instantly heal, you give them a burst heal, plus you're still healing over time. That's definitely more of a support. Obviously, it's more of a support gadget, but it definitely makes it more useful in a mode like, I don't know, obviously duo showdown, or hypothetically, let's talk like, say, heist maybe. You know, you can hop on somebody's back and they can just stay super aggro while you're healing them with the gadget and over time, plus doing damage to the safe while they're just, you know, picking people off. Very useful. I don't know which one I would prefer. I think this is a case where you kind of want to get both gadgets and swap it out depending on the mode or what your teammates are looking at. Okay, so let's talk about his star power now. Power hungry. Let's check out what this does.
Star power is power hungry. Normally, power cubes improve a brawler's damage by 10% and their health by 400. This star power doesn't affect Kit health at all, but it doubles the damage buff that he gets from every power cube. For example,
so this is strictly, I want to say this is strictly a showdown star power, but you can use it in a mode like, I don't know, Mega Pig, where people are dropping power cubes. So it could be useful in that situation too. Obviously, this is going to, you know, affect your ramp up. This is going to be more of a showdown star power. So hopefully his other star power kind of balances that out a little bit, because obviously you're not going to get any value from the star power in 3v3 modes.
Kit's second star power is overly attached. When Kit latches onto one of his teammates, this star power will keep him latched for 5 extra seconds, which is 15 total seconds.
Holy, 15 seconds. That's such a long time. And when it's on, and it only affects when you're on your teammates, and you can disengage your teammates whenever you want. So honestly, I think that's pretty solid. I think that does balance it out a little bit. It could be because obviously Kit is a little bit better when he's attached to somebody because he's healing them, and he does way more damage when he's using his bombs as opposed to his normal scratch. So yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that's perfectly fine. At this point, Kairos is going to start doing his Brawl Olympics. I'm going to cut out the parts that I don't like. If you want to go see how everything breaks down, make sure you go check out Kairos Time's video. Link's going to be in the description, but let's get into it.
The attack range test. With Kit's regular attack, he's only able to reach across 3 1/3 tiles, but his yarn bombs go much further. I measured as accurately as I could.
All right, so this is going to be, so this is the first instance of him actually using Kit to like his full strength right here. And that's going to be attack range, where he's got decent-ish range. Looks like it's a little bit shorter than most throwers. I want to say like most throwers get to like somewhere like 8.5 or so. So Kit's only going to be like mid-range, like not quite mid-range, but yeah. Also, it doesn't really matter because you're not controlling yourself when you're on somebody's back. So
looks like he throws them 7 tiles away, and they have a blast radius of 1 1/3 tiles. That reaches 8 1/3 tiles in total. So Kit ties with Maisie, Janet, Max, Gale, and Dynamike for 45th place. I mentioned
so Kit is more of a mid-range type brawler rather than a true thrower, or obviously like his main attack is like a melee.
Supercharge test, and this was a little tough to measure since Kit's super is always charging a little bit automatically. I also used his cardboard box gadget after the first 3 shots since it increases his supercharging rate. But Kit's reload speed is so fast that it basically doesn't make a difference. Kit charges his super in 2.5 seconds, and he ties with Ruffs and B for 46.
So it looks like he does 3-ish attacks to get his super back. I mean, Kit has an auto-charging super, like Cairo said, and he buffed it up a little bit, so he's probably getting maybe I don't know, maybe a fourth of a supercharge from all that passively, and then he uses 3 attacks. So it seems like he's going to be getting a lot of supers. Obviously, you can cycle supers when you jump on your teammates. Kit's going to be using a lot of supers, so when he does get a hypercharge, he's going to be a little nasty with that.
Next is the super damage test. If Kit pounces on an enemy, he'll immediately deal 1,600 damage and then 250 damage per second for the next 2 seconds. That adds up to 2,100 damage in total, so Kit ties with Sam.
Wow. So Kit's super really doesn't do that much damage. You got to keep that in mind. So it does, I think Cairo said, a little bit over 2,000 damage. So you can't, it's not like Kit's going to be doing an insane amount of damage when he jumps on people. I do feel like that's going to have to get buffed a little bit to try to give him more value as an offensive character. I know he's a support and he's not necessarily there to get kills and to do a ton of damage, but it's almost like, what's the point of even jumping on people if you can just jump on your teammates back and deal 4,000 damage rather than jumping on them and doing damage over time?
Up next is the race test. Now, Kit already has a very fast movement speed, so he's faster than most brawlers in the game.
I can't get over the fact that this cat gets into a box and gets faster. It's wild to me. Like, what? I know it's a stereotype for cats, but why?
Now, Kit's regular attack damage is 1,600, but his yarn bombs deal 4,000 damage each. So 3 of them adds up to 12.
I don't know how viable this actually is to land all 3 of those bomb shots. If you're really good with Dynamike, you could probably pull it off. It's a nice number, but it really depends on how good of aiming you are with Dynamike, and Kit basically has very similar attack pattern to Dynamike.
Next, we have the reload test. Now, the only brawler...
Now, the reload speed test definitely seemed like Kit's best Olympic just by eyeballing it because, like I said, it seemed like he unloads really fast, and it seems like he reloads really fast. Like, his main attack comes out really quick. It's just very weak.
In the game with the regular 3 ammo bars and no abilities to help increase reload speed that has a faster reload speed than Kit is Edgar. I know that's a little bit of a mouthful, but Kit has some of the fastest unload speed and reload speed in the game. He reloads 10 shots in 11.1 seconds, which puts him in 8th place. So
yeah, his main attack is very spammable, which is good. It's a very spammable main attack. It just seems like it's not super strong, which is meant to be balanced out by the fact that he does way more damage when he's on somebody's back.
His best test is the box test. Even though Kit can only use his main attack in this
of course, the box test is going to be his best test because of that star power that helps him ramp up way faster than every other brawler. All right, so at this point, Cairo starts talking about where he thinks Kit is going to be best in the game. So if you want to hear his opinions on that, make sure you go check out the video. But I'm going to start talking about Kit myself. And I like Kit. I think he's a very interesting designed brawler. I think he's got 2 decent gadgets. 1 star power is dedicated just for showdown. The other one can be used in any mode. So there is that. But I don't know if I love him as much as I first did when I first saw him. It's kind of weird because maybe I didn't pay attention enough in Brawl Talk, but I'm not like in love with the fact that he basically turns into like a Dynamite clone when he's on somebody's back. It is nice that he gets to heal people, and it seems like it's a decent amount of heals, but the fact that he's like a Dynamite clone, I'm definitely going to have a skill issue with him. So maybe I'm not going to fall in love with him. I don't think I'm going to be able to main him by any means. But then there's also the issue where I feel like he's mainly going to be meant for showdown, duo showdown specifically, because he's going to want to jump on his teammates' back, make sure that they can go aggro and heal up, or heal up passively while he's able to throw over walls and stuff like that. And honestly, that kind of disappoints me a little bit. Not because, like, I don't think Showdown needs any love or anything like that. I mean, Brawlers can be good in Showdown. They can be good in 3v3s. They can excel in one of those, whatever. That's not a big deal. But I was really looking forward to playing Kit, and it seems like his best mode is going to be Showdown, and I really don't want to have anything to do with Showdown personally. So, I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit disappointed with the way Kit's shaking out. I'm not saying he's going to be bad or anything like that. I'm sure he's going to be really good in Showdown, like I said, and he might even be decent in 3v3s, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be bad with him. So, that has me a little disappointed, not gonna lie. But let me know what you think about Kit down in the comments. Let me know if you're excited for him. Let me know if you're a little disappointed like me now that you've seen the sneak peeks. But anyway, that's gonna do it. If you enjoyed my rambling, if you like my react, make sure you leave a like on the video. And if you're new, consider dropping a sub as well. But that's gonna do it for this video. I wanna thank you guys for watching. Make sure you go check out Kairos Time's video. Make sure you're subbed to him. I'm sure you already are because he's got 1 million subscribers. But if you're not, make sure you go sub to him. But that's gonna do it. I wanna thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.